Yes, people, what's going on? It's EL Talks Football. We are back again with another video as we're churning out videos like nothing today. We got back-to-back streams. Shout out to everyone joining us over from Deluded Gooners channel. Shout out to Deluded DG's the man right there. But before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. Arsenal fans, how you guys feeling about the window so far? It looks like things are escalating, and we just got an update on the whole Ethan Nwaneri situation. We got an update on some of the striker situations, and let's talk about it. Before we do anything, please do hit that like button, please do hit that subscribe button, and let's get on to it. I'm gonna go on AFC stuffs, and we're gonna just talk straight from the beginning to the end. First things first, Eze news. Eze news right here, as Andre Berta is determined to sign Eberechi Eze, and it's understood they will even try to convince Crystal Palace might consider accepting a promising defender as part of the deal. We're gonna have to wait and see who that is, but as you guys can see right there, Arsenal are interested in Eze. Arsenal want Eze, but it looks like we could potentially offer a promising defender in the Eze deal. That is, we don't know who that is. We don't know who that's going to be, but that is very, very interesting to say the least. Little did we know that we were going to be trying to do a swap deal for Eze. Arsenal want him, though. This is a key part. Arsenal determined to sign Eberechi Eze, and I think Eberechi Eze would be a very, very quality player for Arsenal. Now, I know people are like, what is Eze going to bring to the table? What is he going to do? You guys all know Eze. You guys all know what he can do. He can play as a striker. He can play as a left winger. He can play as a 10. I think he's more likely going to be playing as a left winger for Arsenal. I know, like, people look at his numbers and they say, well, his numbers are not outstanding. 10 goals, 4 assists, 11 goals, 6 assists, 14 goals, 12 assists. That is decent return for a left winger in a Palace team that does not get too much goals or assists in the first place. And when we're talking about somebody's performances, we got to look at their performances in the Premier League, and we got to just say he's slightly underperformed his XG, but he's still at Crystal Palace. You're not even creating that much chances. Look at that. He only had like 100. He had 100 shots. Not that bad. Overall, 28% shots on target. Half of that stuff doesn't even really matter. The main thing that matters is, guys, do you guys think Eze would be somebody who comes in and be the level raiser? How is Eze to Arsenal going to happen? Is it going to be that we're going to pay the release clause? Are we not going to pay the release clause? What do we know? What do we know about the whole Eze situation? That is the question. And I'm just going to show you guys right now what that situation is, because it looks very promising. It looks like 6 hours ago we were hearing reports that if we were to sign Eze, it would be basically Eze or Rodrygo. Much may depend on what Arsenal have left in the budget after the Gyokeres deal is striked. Of course, if signings such as Eze or Rodrygo may depend on potential outgoings. So Eze or Rodrygo at this moment in time. It's no longer Eze and Rodrygo. As much as we wanted it to be Eze and Rodrygo, it's more likely going to be Eze or Rodrygo. And I'm not necessarily surprised by that. We spoke about it on the Deluded Gooners channel just a few minutes ago, the financial outlay that it would be to get both Eze or Rodrygo. It would be quite expensive. Arsenal would have to pay quite a bit, and we have to think about the financial side of things when we're speaking about these deals. It's never going to be as straightforward as anything else, but we're gonna have to wait and see. I think it's gonna be very, very different, and by now you guys know we want Madueke. By now you guys already know what's going on, but there's even more players being thrown in the mix. There's even more pieces being thrown in the mix, and let's just talk about it. So this is Gunnar Blog. He said that beyond the Victor Gyokeres deal, Arsenal are exploring to improve their attacking. See Nani Madueke as a versatile player who can support Bukayo Saka on the right flank, and as well as provide options on the left. So Nani Madueke seems like it's going to happen, right? We're going to talk about that in a second. But they're also admirers of Anthony Gordon. We're going to speak about him, and Lookman. These are some other players we're talking about. Personally, I'm surprised at the amount of, I'm not surprised at the amount of players we're speaking about, but it's just, I don't think we should be looking at Lookman or Anthony Gordon as alternatives to Eze and Rodrygo. I think Eze and Rodrygo are the much better options right there. We should stay clear of Lookman. I think Lookman is a little bit he's not guaranteed to work out as much as Eze, Rodrygo, or even Anthony Gordon. But there is news on the Anthony Gordon front. The news on the Anthony Gordon front is very interesting. Anthony Gordon, what we've heard about a couple of minutes ago, 23 minutes ago, from Team News Ticks, is that Anthony Gordon could be potentially moving to Arsenal, as Anthony Gordon's agent is Ethan Nwaneri's agent, and Ethan Nwaneri's agent has been at SoFi training center speaking to them about Ethan, and potentially even speaking to them about Anthony Gordon. Now, Anthony Gordon has been spoken about on numerous occasions, especially David Ornstein also speaking about Anthony Gordon. So right now, these are the guys that are being reported. We're being linked to Lookman. We're being linked to Anthony Gordon. We're being linked to Rodrygo. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. Some people saying Anthony Gordon could end up at Liverpool. We're going to have to wait and see. But his agent was at London Coney. We're going to have to wait and see. Personally, for me, I would rather go Eze and Rodrygo, then third Anthony Gordon, and Lookman last. But the thing is, Anthony Gordon's deal would cost us less than Rodrygo's deal. Is it going to be a financial thing, or is it we're going to have to wait and see what happens, how much sales we generate, and if he ends up moving to Liverpool or somewhere else, because Anthony Gordon is highly rated by Liverpool and Arsenal, and both clubs are interested in Anthony Gordon. While we're speaking about players, there is still understanding that Eberechi Eze is still heavily wanted by Arsenal, and we know what we want. We know what we want this window. But the question is, will we have the funds to get all those players over the line? We just spoke about Eze's situation. Eze's situation is very simple. It seems like the player wants to join Arsenal, even though Liverpool and all these other clubs are interested in him. But Arsenal, what they're looking at is the payment structure of the deal. That is the key part right here. Without suitable sales, Arsenal could also sign Eze without any suitable sales. So as long as the payment structure is fine, Eze could be joining, and doesn't seem like that will be a financial problem. There won't be any financial issue with Eze joining Arsenal at this moment in time. Now, let's quickly shift gears to Rodrygo. Rodrygo's situation is slightly different. Rodrygo's situation is that Real Madrid are interested in getting rid of him. Real Madrid are not against him moving. And there's just so much news left, right, and center. But let's speak about it. As you guys know, Rodrygo is a very, very interesting situation. And the development has been changing over the last 48 hours. He is not going to be staying at Real Madrid. That is confirmed from the reports that he's been given the green light that he can leave. And it is understood that Arsenal are undertaking significant background work on Rodrygo from Real Madrid. They have started preliminary talks. This has been reported by The Athletic. It's also that Real Madrid do not plan on signing a replacement if Rodrygo leaves, as they have Brahim Diaz, they have all these guys who can play in the wing positions. They even signed that new Argentinian guy from River Plate. So they have so many options already, right? Here's more news. You have Arsenal are not the only club eyeing Rodrygo's situation, as of course we heard that PSG are also interested in him. We've already seen that they're not signing no specific player. Where is the post? Okay, let me find PSG. So yeah, I seen this yesterday. So it looks like PSG, Arsenal, and Manchester City are the three clubs interested in him. Now, the reason why people are saying PSG is a possibility, PSG don't have any problems paying his wages. Man City are looking to sell Jack Grealish to get the deal sorted. So they're, in order to convince Rodrygo, they're trying to make some major sales to get Rodrygo in and to convince him he will be, this is the best place for him. as Man City look to sell Jack Grealish so they can fund a move for Rodrygo. They don't want to bring in Rodrygo until they have sold Jack Grealish, as they view it as a problematic situation, as being reported by some Man City journalists today. And Arsenal, with only Bukayo Saka, Trossard, and Martinelli on the books as official fully fit players going into next season, and Jesus and Reece Nelson's futures in the air, it does look like Arsenal would be the best destination for Rodrygo for game time, immediately walking into the team, and level of importance that he would have. So hopefully we can get him, but I just don't think we get both Eze and Rodrygo. So it's going to be a very interesting situation, to say the least. Some people saying PSG want. I don't understand why PSG would want him, but let's wait and see what happens. Maybe Madrid is just not willing to sell Rodrygo to Arsenal. I doubt that's the case, though. I doubt that's the case. Shout out to all the people in the building. We got over 333 people on YouTube. Please do hit the like button, guys. Shout out to another 300 people on Twitter. Big up to you guys. Do me a favor. Please do hit that like button right now. It doesn't cost much. I'm confident that we get Rodrygo, not going to lie. Shout out to you guys who are saying that Egal talk about Gordon is utter rubbish. Yeah, you know what? We're going to talk about that. People talking about Norgaard. We're going to get onto Norgaard and everything in a second. But before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. It absolutely costs nothing. And let's get on to Ethan Nwaneri's situation. So Ethan Nwaneri's contract situation has had people kind of concerned over the last 24 or 48 hours. But good news has just dropped. Good news has just dropped, ladies and gentlemen. Good news has just dropped. And I am quite happy to hear that the contract situation and the contract talks is being put to bed by top journalists across England. You got Sam reporting that Arsenal are now confident that Ethan is set to put pen to paper on a long-term contract in the coming days. Nothing signed yet, but renewal now heading in positive directions. The reports that Ethan was not happy with game time or was concerned about game time never made sense, because for him to say he's not happy with game time when he got 37 games last season compared to going to Chelsea, where you're going to have 37 players you're fighting against in those positions. I'm over-exaggerating, obviously. Probably like 8 or 7 or 8 in a similar position to you. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to move anywhere else. So Team News Ticks has also reported that Arsenal are in talks and are heading in the right directions. Holding up was due to the team's camp. Further things, but now are also now wait to discuss a deal during. Sorry, but also wanted to discuss the deal during the. Oh, yeah, so they did not want to discuss the deal during the Under-21s World Cup, as he was focused on that. So, yeah, that makes sense. So all this stuff about player A does not want to sign a contract seems to be bullshit. It's just Arsenal and Ethan Nwaneri's camp waited until after the Under-21s Club World Cup, Under-21s Euro Championship, which England won, by the way, which he was part of. And there you go. Arsenal are probably going to get him to sign a new deal, and they're confident he's going to sign a new deal. Five hours ago, they're talking about Chelsea monitoring the situation, blah, 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 blah. But Arsenal are confident that they're going to reach a deal. Chelsea are also big admirers of Morgan Rogers. Chelsea are admirers of everybody. At this point, we just have to admit that Chelsea are monitoring everybody. This was reported a couple of days ago, saying that Ethan ends next season. Arsenal will try to sign before January, and he will speak to free agents if he becomes a free agent. We'll see. I don't think he's going to end up going anywhere. And I think he's going to be given a big opportunity next season. So all this stuff about Ethan, hopefully can be put to bed, and hopefully we no longer have to worry about hearing reports about one of our better players potentially leaving this upcoming window. We're good. We're chilling. And I'm not too concerned at this moment in time about Ethan potentially leaving. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hopefully you guys are all good. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Notice Fabrizio did not tweet that part. Defo a Chelsea mouthpiece. Yeah, defo a Chelsea mouthpiece in my opinion. Chelsea's a pawn shop for players. You guys are funny. Confirmed. Arsenal agreed. 80 million to sign Gyokeres. Done deal. Shout out to you, Tammy. I don't know about that yet. I don't know if it's fully confirmed yet. Quickly, let's just talk about Victor Gyokeres. What I seen with Victor Gyokeres was 56 million pounds. That's what they're reporting yesterday. They're reporting 56 million pounds for Gyokeres. About 22 hours ago, they were speaking about Victor Gyokeres deal. They're speaking about the Victor Gyokeres deal for that amount of money. So let's just quickly look at it. Do I live in Toronto? No, I live in the UK. Here we go. So you had this deal yesterday. Very reliable journalist saying that the report that 65 million euros is the deal, which is around 56 million pounds. Now, don't get me wrong, 56 million pounds for Victor Gyokeres is unbelievably cheap. Arsenal have struck a big bargain with this deal. All I gotta say is, wow, congratulations to Berta getting his way, getting what he wanted, and getting the deal for so cheap. If this is the reality of the situation and Arsenal get him done for that cheap, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Paying 65 million euros for Gyokeres won't be what do you call it, something that people were expecting, especially when they wanted 92 million for Sesko, who's only scored 13 goals in his league. Only scored 13 goals. And on top of that, the man, not only Gyokeres, the deal is going to be for around 56 million. There's also what do you call it, 8 to 13 on add-ons potentially, reportedly. That's what Manchester United were agreeing on. Manchester United were going to be paying much more than us potentially, but we seem to have got ourselves a good deal. I'm quite excited, and it went from here you go soon to the deal is getting closer and closer. We're just going to have to wait. We don't know exactly when the deal is going to be done, but this is the latest from Fabrizio Romano at 11 p.m. on his YouTube channel, 11 a.m. on his YouTube channel. This is what he said. All important people involved in the Gyokeres deal from Arsenal are still in Lisbon. The situation is tense. On Sunday night, after Arsenal and Sporting wanted 70 million euros guaranteed, negotiations have again resumed on Monday. Arsenal are really remaining optimistic. Where an hour can be the here we go. Gyokeres has again sent personal messages to Sporting's director asking them to let him go to Arsenal. So the man really wants to go to Arsenal. Arsenal really want him. Sporting want top dollar, but Victor Gyokeres has put Sporting in a situation where they need to get the deal done, and Arsenal have shifted to getting this deal done with him, even though Benjamin Sesko was still one of the players that we wanted. This deal is going to get done. All parties are optimistic that the deal will get negotiated and result in a full agreement. So Victor Gyokeres is going to happen. And as for the Benjamin Sesko situation, it's very simple. Sesko the negotiations never ended up getting to the level that it wanted to, where Victor Gyokeres has always seemed to be pushing for the deal. Now, enough about that. Let's get to Norgaard quickly. Reports are that Arsenal's move for Norgaard is at the final stages and wrapped up in the coming days. We're going to see if we can get more news on that very soon. Once we get more news on that, I will let you know. At this moment in time, this is not the most exciting signing, so let's be honest, we're not going to be covering it as much, but once he's announced, we'll speak about it. We've already spoken a lot about Norgaard, so yeah, that is that with Norgaard's future. Let me just speak about Martinelli quickly. I spoke about it last show. No talks between Al Nassr and Martinelli, reported by Fabrizio Romano yesterday. Martinelli is going to be staying at Arsenal, boys and girls. That's the reality of the situation. In case you wanted Martinelli sold, sorry to you. In case you wanted Leandro Trossard sold, you're probably going to be a little bit happier, as Leandro Trossard seems to be the one that's going to be exiting Arsenal, as reported that they're working on a deal and a transfer with Fenerbahce. They actually want 20 million for Leandro Trossard, and I seen a post somewhere about that. Here we go. So yeah, Fenerbahce can translate that. It looks like 3 papers are linked. 3 papers have linked Leandro Trossard to Fenerbahce. So Leandro Trossard to Turkey does seem like it's going to be a possibility. Another report here saying that Trossard split from former agent, and not direct related to his future, but his former agent had health issues, and talks over pay rise has stalled. And there you go. There is loose Saudi Arabian and European interest. Open is the situation. So Leandro Trossard could definitely be the next one out the door. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with Leandro Trossard's situation. I personally think he will be going, and I think he's going to be a crucial part of our window to see who we can bring in as he goes out the door. In the meanwhile, I'm going to quickly speak about Arsenal have had a bid rejected, actually, for somebody. In case you guys don't know, Arsenal have spoken to Blackburn Rovers about bidding for a young forward that Blackburn Rovers have, and the bid for this youngster has been rejected. Arsenal bid 1 million reportedly for this youngster, and the bid has been rejected. This might be the first time you're hearing about it, but this young man, we have been speaking to, where is it? Here it is. So yeah, this is the young man that we have been speaking to, Blackburn Rovers forward Igor Tejun. They've turned down the deal. They feel like they should get more. They've rejected it. Arsenal have just approached for around 1 million for the youngster. We're trying to bring in the youngster to bolster our academy ranks, as he's 17 years old, and he's viewed as one of the best players over there at Blackburn in the championship. He hasn't played too much football in the first team. He's only gotten 2 games, but don't forget he's 17 years old. In the under 21s level, he's played about 6 games, and in under 18 level, he's played about like 2 games. He's not played too much football, to be fair, but apparently he's highly rated, and Arsenal are trying to get him from Blackburn as quick as possible to try to get this deal done. So we'll see what happens. He's very, very young. We're just trying to add young players from across the country into our academy at a young age, so we can have some young players coming up that might not have necessarily been at our academy from the age 8, similar to how Garnacho joined Manchester United's academy at a more senior age. I think he joined at like 16 or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but we've done stuff like this in the past. We did this with Salah, and didn't really end up working out. Salah ended up leaving this window. But yeah, next. Enough about that. Enough about the kid from Blackburn. What is next that we need to speak about? We already spoke about Rodrygo. Mosquera. Yeah, let's see what's the latest on Mosquera to Arsenal. Because last time I checked, there was a bid for Mosquera that was being projected that they were going to make another bid for him. That was 2 days ago. The last time we heard about any bids from Mosquera. Is there any major news again for Mosquera? The last time we heard anything was July 2nd. Oh wait, 24 hours ago we heard this. There's this right here. 24 hours ago, this is Valencia are still waiting for Arsenal to raise their proposal for Mosquera's, and they want 20 million euros. Arsenal have already had their proposal rejected. Ball remains in Arsenal's court, as basically they want 20 million euros. We're just like, okay, we're gonna wait and see if anything changes. But at this moment in time, that was the last conversation that they had between Mosquera and Arsenal. The deal seems to be close, so we're gonna wait and see what happens there. And then to end it off, your favorite topic, ladies and gentlemen, the topic that you guys love to talk about, please do make sure you guys hit the like button on the goddamn video also, in case you haven't already done that. But the conversation that we need to have is none other than Madueke. Madueke is the guy who we keep talking about, and everyone's just going crazy. Madueke this, Madueke that. That time, Chelsea's mascot showed Madueke's celebration before kicking off against Wolves, and then used it. The Madueke hype is crazy right now. Maresca saying that he doesn't have a doubt about Noni Madueke's frame in mind as intensifying transfer noise linking him to Arsenal. Okay. What else is there? 7 hours ago, Arsenal to sign Madueke as Chelsea will want excess of £50 million. The club believe that the current market justifies such a given West Ham's valuation for Kudus, Nottingham Forest's valuation for Anthony Elanga with Newcastle. Okay, I'll keep it real. He is not worth what Chelsea think he's worth, but they have well within their right to say whatever they want. I think it's a situation where if Chelsea prices out of a move for Madueke, it might be in our best interest to pivot and to try to just get two quality players that are better than him. Madueke is on 50K a week, and reportedly that's why he's going to be willing to join Arsenal on the same wages. At Chelsea right now, Madueke is on 50K a week. Wages per week. Look at that. 50K a week Madueke earns. That would be the lowest Arsenal paid player. That would be the third lowest Arsenal paid player. Miles Lewis-Skelly would still get paid less than him at this moment in time until we officially know what his new deal is, and Ethan. So besides Ethan and Miles Lewis-Skelly, he would get paid the lowest out of every single Arsenal player in the team. I still don't want Noni Madueke, but this is the main reason why Chelsea are going to say, you know what, he's worth more money, because his wages are so low, his wage demands are so low that people are going to try to justify the transfer fee because of the wage demands. And the fact that he's still very young, he's still 23, if I'm not mistaken. How old is Madueke? He is 23 years old, turns 24 next year. He's an England international. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I don't think he's all that. Statistically, he's not developed to a level where you could say he's a massive upgrade on what we currently have. But I think with the age and his contract, that's the main reason why I feel like Arsenal are pushing towards getting Madueke to Arsenal. People can say it's Arteta, people can say it's Berta, but it's clearly a ploy similar to what we did with Norgaard, similar to what we did with Kepa. We gave Zubamendi 100K a week. Arsenal seem to be trying to do better with their wage bill. And that is one of the main reasons why Noni Madueke is linked to us. Premier League experience, 20-something years old, quite young. This is why. Young, scope to grow, played in the Premier League, England international, 50K a week, and they view him as a Bukayo Saka backup. If Arsenal pay more than the 40 million that they're expecting to pay, maybe we'll meet in the middle between 45. Because Chelsea want 50, Arsenal want 40. I wouldn't be surprised if they met in the middle and paid 45. I think it would be a waste of money. I think you could do a lot better with paying 45 million towards Eze and getting that done, and then still having money left over, hopefully, for Rodrygo. But with the signing of Noni Madueke, we can forget about getting both Eze and Rodrygo, in my opinion. And that's just disappointing. But hey, we can still have a good transfer window. We can still go on to win the league. But it's just kind of frustrating. But yeah, I'll leave you guys there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. People talking about giving Noni Madueke the number 14 shirt. You should not be giving the number 14 shirt to anybody until they've earned it, in my opinion. All this stuff about giving the number 14 shirt to random people. We need to stop doing stuff like that. These guys need to earn the number 14 shirt before they get it. That's just me. I don't like just saying willy-nilly we're gonna give anybody the number 14 shirt. That's stupid. It's really stupid. Shouldn't be just saying, oh, we're gonna give him the number 14, give that guy the number 14, give this guy the number 14. No. Chill out. The number 14 shirt should only be for top superstars coming into the team, or somebody who's already proven it and has now earned that level and standard at Arsenal Football Club. Right now, he's not earned that. Nani Madueke should not get the number 10. He should not get the number 14. I just wouldn't give him any of those. I wouldn't. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here, boys and girls. You have yourselves a wonderful day. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show. I'll catch you guys in the next one. You already know what it is. Eagle Talks Football. Peace out. I'm going to send you guys over to LB's channel. Tell LB Man City are finished in the chat, or just say Eagle Raid. You already know what it is. Please make sure you like the video, and peace out, guys. We're out of here. Love for the love.